Jiren is one of the most powerful beings in all of Dragon Ball, even rivaling that of a god of destruction. In the manga, it was actually touched upon how is Jiren so powerful? Even Vegeta stated that Jiren's strength is not much different than that of a Super Saiyan Blue. A little stronger, of course, but it was his spirit and ki control that made him such a dangerous threat. That is what Jiren trained upon that made him very different. All that we have known is that Dragon Ball characters train the muscle. That's all they do. They work out and do heavy weights, as we see. But they never really trained the spirit and mind that much really anymore. It was more or less just unlocking new forms and then training to get stronger. What Jiren did is he trained his mind. Jiren only trained his spirit and his mind as much as he could. As Jiren has even stated in the manga too, that he pushed his body to its physical limit already. And that only has a certain limit that you can get so strong, as you're wasting time. But your spirit and your mind and your ki control can be upgraded to the max, meaning it doesn't really have a limit. That is how Jiren was so different, and he was able to be so powerful and have perfect control. That is the reason why he was able to fight Super Saiyan Blue level characters all the way up to even overpowering MUI Goku, as that is the reason why. While physically, he's not that much of a massive buff above Super Saiyan Blue, but that just goes to show you. So what if Goku was born with this ability? What if he was born with naturally having absolutely absurd ki control? Ki control that is so high that Goku would be absolutely insane in battle. Well, what would happen? Well, Goku's power level would of course be way higher. And the reason why it's way higher is because his ki control is so much higher. Now that it's much higher, what would happen? Well, that's what we're about to dive down into. So, if Goku had Jiren's ki control, his power level would be way higher. And I think that while the scientists were looking at Goku's power level, they would be shocked to tell Bardock that his power level was well over 1,000, which is absurdly high. That's even higher than Prince Vegeta's, who quote-unquote had the record for being over 600. Now, Broly, of course, is a different animal. Broly had a power level over 10,000. But Paragus already had Broly flee the planet. As we all know, Frieza was heading his way to destroy planet Vegeta under the commands of Lord Beerus. While Bardock would be very impressed with the son's power, even that surpassing the prince, it's incredible. He would still have visions of his son battling Frieza, just like before, and he knows that he needs to send him off. So, with the help of Jiren, Bardock would then send Goku off, where he would then fly up, and Bardock would then sacrifice himself battling Frieza. Bardock knew he was not going to win, but if he can distract Frieza so his son can fly away from the planet heading towards Earth, that's all he need. And he knew that doing this will change the future, and he will avenge the Saiyan race. Well, Bardock would then perish alongside the planet, as there was only a few handful of Saiyans left. Goku would still land and still meet Grandpa Gohan, and albeit his power level is absurdly high, I think he was still an infant, so his durability and strength is not there. His ki control's perfect, but his durability is not there. He's still a baby. Well, I think he would still fall and hit his head, thus having the same Goku that we all know and love, being very lighthearted and gentle in nature, losing a bit of that Saiyan side edge. But when Goku grows up, Grandpa Gohan notes on how powerful he actually is, and he can perfectly control his power. His ki control is so good that Goku already, with, I would say around the age of being 5 or 6, similar to Goten's age, he can fly, he can control his energy perfectly, way better than Grandpa Gohan can. As, remember, early Dragon Ball, firing a ki attack is like the most OP thing in the whole show. The only person who we really saw do it was Roshi firing Kamehameha, like that was an insane ability. But then as, of course, Dragon Ball went on, it got a little bit more normal, and then, of course, DBZ and so on and so forth, it started getting more and more and more. Now it's just all Ki Blast. Well, Goku was able to do this with ease, and Grandpa Gohan was shocked with Goku's potential. It was incredible. Now here's one major difference. When Goku turns into a Great Ape, what's going to happen here? Well, Goku, realistically, if his power level was still 1,000, it'll be over 10,000, he would actually destroy planet Earth, completely annihilating the whole planet, pretty much. But what I think what would happen here is since Goku has perfect control over his ki, and his mind is also strong like Jiren's, Goku would actually be able to have full control over the Great Ape state. I know. When Grandpa Gohan sees this, Goku was in full control. He was actually normal, as he thought this form was really cool, and Goku was absurdly strong. And Goku would continue doing his training like before, learning how to survive and more. In terms of power level, he wouldn't have really gotten that much of a difference, but since he is growing older and older, his ki control is only getting better and better. So Goku would have continued growing in strength. I would say his power level will be from 1,000 to at least I would put him around 3,000 by this point, which is already stronger than Raditz and putting him on some of the mid-class Saiyans, which is ridiculous if you actually think about it. He's almost as strong as Nappa, who's 2,000 higher than him. Well, Goku can also have full control over grade 8, so if you ever needed to have a power level of 30,000 to fight somebody on a full moon, you got it. Well, this time around though, Grandpa Gohan is still alive, because Goku did not kill him. So when Bulma was on her summer vacation, as she was searching for the Dragon Balls, she originally wanted to use them to wish for a cute boyfriend, as we all know. She would then meet Goku and Grandpa Gohan, and she would discover that the sphere that he owns is the 4-star Dragon Ball. And then I think Grandpa Gohan would then accept Goku to go with her, and I think he would even give her some words of wisdom, stating that these orbs are special, true, but a wish like that should be very special, not just for a boyfriend. And I think that would hit her a little bit, but that'll just kind of set the seed for later on. As now, Goku and Bulma would then meet Master Roshi, and he would give him the 3-star Dragon Ball and the Flying Nimbus as reward for bringing him his turtle back and giving a water. Now the thing is though, when he does give Goku the Flying Nimbus, Goku really likes it. He doesn't really need it. Well, but he'll still take it anyway, as maybe it could be helpful. Since Bulma can't ride it, Roshi couldn't even ride it either, since Roshi's not as pure-hearted as some say he is. He likes his magazines. Well, they would then continue on their adventure for the Dragon Balls, but the fact that Goku can fly is a whole other world. He can just carry Bulma and fly wherever they need to go, and the fact that his power level is so high, he's very quick. He can fly way faster than Nimbus and much higher than Nimbus as well, as Nimbus can only fly up to about Korn's Tower, maybe a little bit higher, because Goku couldn't use it to fly up to Kami's Lookout for some reason, but that's plot-induced, as it's just a cloud. The cloud can only go so high. Well, Goku here, he can fly wherever he wants. He can fly as high as he wants in outer space if he wanted to, but he would just stop breathing. So, they would then stop the reign of the Terrible Oolong with absolute ease. Goku, having Jiren's ki control as well, is also very confident as well. Jiren was such a confident being in his power that when Goku was in the anime, when the beams and slabs were heading towards Goku as they were setting the stage, Jiren didn't even move. He already predicted where they were going to go, so he wasn't worried about getting out of the way. Goku's similar, so if someone is attacking him, he already can sense what their intentions are and where they're going to be heading towards anyway, so he can predict them way better, since his spirit is so high and his ki control is incredible. Yeah, Goku's not really concerned about much. Even having a power level of 3,000 is overkill. Even a power level of 500, you're the most OP character in Dragon Ball. Like, no one can stop you, literally. No one. Demon King Piccolo, you can literally one-shot him because you're twice as strong as he is. And in Dragon Ball, I guess, power scaling, if you are twice the strength of somebody in Dragon Ball, 2 times higher, they have zero effect. Like, punching doesn't do anything to them. None of their attacks even harm you. Nothing. Like, like you are invincible to them and there's nothing that they could do. So Goku's way above that, being well over 10 plus times Demon King Piccolo. So yeah, Goku's absolutely insane. And his ki control's even better, so Goku can harness power even more, which is ridiculous. Well, after they stopped the reign of the Terrible Oolong, they would get the 6-star Dragon Ball. Now, once when they meet Yamcha and Puar for the first time, if you know in the original, Goku was very, very hungry. And that does kind of slow him down as he was pretty sickly from not eating much. Even though I think that he's sick, I don't think that matters, because Yamcha's Wolfang Fist would not do as much damage as he thinks it does. Goku True might be very woozy and dizzy. I think his Wolfang Fist would probably break his hand more than it would even hurt Goku. It does nothing to him, and Goku would just very, drunkenly, because he was so tired and pretty sickly and hungry, would just comically slap Yamcha through a couple rocks, just because even though he's weak and tired and hungry, it doesn't stop him. He's still way too powerful. Now, we know that Master Roshi used the Kamehameha to put the flames out on the Frying Pan Mountain. Now, although he did destroy the mountain alongside with the castle as well, I think what would happen here is Goku would showcase some of the moves that he unlocked with the help of Grandpa Gohan. As we even saw Master Roshi's teacher do this, Momoto, to where Goku would then shove his fist forward and a powerful explosion of wind from his fist would then shoot out and it was his energy making the wind force, similar to how Ultra Instinct Goku uses attacks. And it would then hit the flames and blow the flames away, completely saving the castle so it's not destroyed. But they would have still explored the castle with the Dragon Radar and found the 7-star Dragon Ball anyway, so that's how they get it. Which really shocked Roshi with Goku's ki control, and Goku would even fire his own Kamehameha in the air just to show that that move is really easy. Yeah, Goku has his own moves as well. Now, Goku would defeat the boss rabbit easily, and we know that Mai and Shu would steal the Dragon Balls since they were sleeping from the gang, and the only difference here is when they kidnapped them originally. Now, if Pilaf did summon Shenron like before, if Goku was distracted, or if he was sleeping, or he was locked away, which wouldn't work out, Oolong was still going to make the wish for a girl's underwear, so the Dragon Balls were pretty much useless and they would have been wiped away. But I think what would have happened here is Goku having better concentration because he was sleeping, but I think Goku would just feel that something was wrong and he would wake up. This time around, I think Goku would stop Pilaf from getting the Dragon Balls. I remember they had them all, but this time around, they would stop Pilaf early. So now, they would then use the Dragon Balls to make a wish. Well, of course, Oolong wanted a wish too. Same with Bulma, she wanted a boyfriend. And Goku actually wanted a wish. And Bulma actually thinks about it. And Bulma says, you know what? Let's give Goku the wish. Because in reality, he is the one that stopped Pilaf from doing. And if it wasn't for Goku, we probably wouldn't have found the Dragon Balls. Let's give him the wish. But Goku, what are you going to wish for? And Goku thought long and hard, as he didn't know what he was going to wish for, really. But he doesn't really know about his past or anything. So no, there's no Planet Vegeta wishing because he doesn't know about them. And Goku really thinks hard about it. Very, very intensely. And he has a perfect wish. An absolutely perfect wish. Once when Shenron was summoned, Goku would then ask Shenron if he can make him a plate that can never run out of food. Everybody would instantly fall over. And Shenron would then sweat a little bit and state that can be done. And then a special plate would then land in Goku's hand, and whatever Goku imagines, it's right there in front of him. Delicious steaming fried rice and shrimp, whatever he wanted, as he started eating from it comically, as the plate instantly cleaned itself and he got more food. Goku now has literally infinite food supply. Bulma would start hitting the hell out of his head, telling him how stupid he is that he made a wish like that, and why did she listen to him? Why didn't she just wish for the boyfriend? Oolong would then cry and say, why didn't I just do the wish for the underwear? Why? And I think that would be one of the most hilarious scenes, but now Goku don't worry about eating that much no more. Now, all jokes aside, Goku and Krillin would then become Master Roshi's students, after they would then go on their own. And Roshi luckily doesn't need to completely replace his fridge every day because Goku has an infinite plate of food that he can eat from whenever he wants. After this, though, they would still find Launch. And Launch, of course, is psychotic, but then Roshi would still move his house to a larger island. Now this is when Goku and Krillin will begin their tough training under Master Roshi. Goku does have the spirit and ki. Roshi even tells Goku that your power is unlike anything I've ever seen. Goku's literally like 300 times stronger than Roshi almost, so it does make sense, like 30 to 300. But anyway, but he states that, but your physical side still needs to be refined. A sword has two edges, two sharp edges of a blade. One side of your blade is perfect, razor sharp, perfect. The other side is rusty and chipped. You need to shake off the other side and sharpen it to be just as refined as this one. Meaning that Goku's ki control is perfect. He has perfect control over his spirit, his energy, and his mind. But his physical is falling behind. So, that's what they will train Goku on, and Roshi's training is perfect, as that's what it's all about. The next 7 months, Goku would then sharpen this edge, becoming even stronger. Goku would then build up the muscle that he needs, and now Goku is now a complete sword, as Roshi states. You're now sharp on both ends. You have the power to wield it, but you also have the strength to use it. Goku is now absurdly broken because now the fact that he's physically OP, now energy-wise, he's absurd. Now, in terms of power levels, Goku originally went from power level of around 50 to roughly, it was roughly around 160 to 180, like before when he fought Tien and so forth. This is before he drank the water. But if Goku even went from a power level of around 50 to around 150, 160, then in reality that would make Goku's power level, or the boost that he would get from Roshi, would roughly be about a 3 times boost. Meaning that if Goku's power level was around 3000, he didn't really get much stronger. And if you train with Roshi, even if he got a 2 times boost, or even a little one, like 1.5, that would increase his power to 4500 to 5000, meaning that he is pretty much the same power level as Nappa. Nappa's power level is around 5000, so we're going to put Goku there, which is absolutely absurd. So Goku is already in the realms of an elite class Saiyan. And he has perfect ki control too. So, they would then continue on their training as they're ready for the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. Well, as you know, Goku had a crown 5000. Even if Roshi went into his buff form and attacked Goku, it wouldn't have done nothing. But I think Roshi would kind of train Goku to not use any of his ki and to fight just using martial arts, which will be good for Goku. And I think Goku would still absolutely annihilate Roshi. He would still win. Even though Roshi trained him and knows Goku's moves, Goku's so strong and fast, Roshi has 0 chance. So Goku would win taking first place, and he would spend all the money eating everything, as that was pretty ironic. I think he had over 52 full-course meals, as Roshi even asked for some pepper, but that didn't matter. And also, too, by this point, the Red Ribbon Army has started looking for the Dragon Balls, as the Brown Squad find the 7-star Dragon Ball during this time. And this is when they would have the race to find the Dragon Balls. And this time around, though, Goku being so powerful, remember, he can fly, too, with the Dragon Radar, so he would just go on his own, and he would have the Dragon Radar flying to go find these Dragon Balls. The problem is Goku is so absurdly powerful, the Red Ribbon Army has 0 chance against Goku. He would absolutely annihilate the Red Ribbon Army, and I think that race will end a lot sooner. He would have defeated Colonial Silver. He would have easily taken down Muscle Tower with ease. I think with a simple Ki Blast, he would have sunk them all. He would have already gotten the 5-star Dragon Ball and the 6-star Dragon Ball. And remember too, Goku's Dragon Radar would not be broken. He would have defeated General Blue easily. And I think he would, and then he could have also met Ariel as well, but that's up for debate. She's a comical character. Mercenary Tao, when he meets up to fight Goku, Goku would absolutely embarrass him, slapping him to the next realm. And this is when I think Goku would still see Korn's tower. Goku would just fly right up to it. And Korn was shocked to see Goku's power, but he did sense it from far away, and he would then offer Goku to go take the Ultra Divine Water, seeing that he is strong enough, and no, this is not the fake water that Goku actually drank. It was tap water. This is the real sacred water. Now, the sacred water originally did buff Goku up pretty decently, and this was when he fought Demon King Piccolo. Goku had a power level of around 180, and then his power level went up to about 260 to basically combat, meaning that he basically got a 1.4 to 1.5 times boost. So if Goku had a 1.4 times boost on top of 5000, that would increase his power level up to 7000, which is almost 7000, 7500, which is almost as powerful as he was when he came to fight Vegeta. Remember, in Dragon Ball, that's ridiculously high. And we're not even in the Demon King Piccolo arc yet. Well, Goku would have survived it being pure of heart. He would have absolutely annihilated the Red Ribbon Army with ease. And Dr. Gero, I think, would still survive since Goku has no clue about him. So Dr. Gero would still go do his thing. He would still fight in the Fortune Teller Baba battle arena. He would still meet his grandfather. And they would be able to stop it, getting all the Dragon Balls. Also, Goku would begin his training to run around the world. He doesn't really need it. But he would still go to Chao Village and he fights the Plague and Terror. Now Goku would beat Master Chin, and he would easily defeat the Sky Dragon. Easily. And he would then enter the Demon World, and he would fight Shula, defeating her. And Goku would also save Inoshika Chu, if you know who that is. Make sure to look up the movie. He would also meet Tien Shinhan for the first time as well. Now, of course, cutting a couple more days, Goku would then swim to Papa Island, where the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament will take place. As, of course, this is where Tien Shinhan would be the biggest contender for Goku, but unfortunately, there's no chance. Goku would flick Tien Shinhan like how Goten would and knock him out of the arena, and he would have been defeated. So Goku would win once again, and this is when I think Krillin would still be killed by Tambourine. Or would he? As you know, in the original, Krillin was attacked and snuck up upon by Tambourine and he was killed, as Krillin had no chance. Goku having such perfect ki control, he would sense that there's something wrong. He could sense the powers nearby, and he could sense Tambourine meeting up with Krillin. Goku would have arrived there instantly, being so fast. Tambourine was not prepared for it. Goku would instantly arrive in front of Tambourine before Tambourine would kill him, and he would instantly one-shot Tambourine, killing him. And this is also when Demon King Piccolo was now alive, as you remember, but he's old and he could not get the wish. As originally he was defeated Goku after Goku killed Tambourine like the original, and after Goku met Yajirobe, and this is when he wished for his youth. This time around though, there's no niceness. Even if he did wish for his youth, it doesn't matter, because Goku would absolutely annihilate Demon King Piccolo. He would just fly right through him, or just punch him right in the stomach and would go right through, like how Gohan did against Bojack. This will still make Demon King Piccolo spit out an egg, so Piccolo Jr. is alive. And this time around, he doesn't need to drink the sacred water again, because he doesn't need it, and that'll be too excessive. But then Goku would then not really need the power pole, as he would just fly right on up to the lookout, and he would then train there for the next 3 years with Mr. Popo and Kami. Now, Goku this time around, when he goes into the Room of Spirit and Time, he would adjust to the gravity a little easier because of how strong he is. Another thing is Goku, now knowing that he meditates a lot, like how Jiren does, he can survive the Room of Spirit and Time much better than the original. So Goku would actually last the whole time in there. Now, after the 3 years, what boost would he get from the Hyperbolic Time Chamber? Well, that's up for debate. That's really just plot-induced reasons. There is one way, though. Goku's not used to the gravity. Well, when Goku trained at King Kai's world, he got 18.8 times stronger. Now, of course, mind you, that was only for 6 months that he actually trained. So if he trained there for longer, he would have probably gotten double that. He would have probably gotten around 37.6 to basically around 38 times boost. Well, remember, Goku's in the Room of Spirit and Time. The air is harsher, it's more enduring on him, and it's very dangerous, way more than King Kai was. I would even put it at 40 times, so it's at least 2 times higher, a little bit. Now, how strong would that make Goku, though? Goku's power level was around 7,000 when he went in. So if Goku got a 40 times boost going in there for 1 year, his power level would be 280,000, which is absolutely absurd. But we're going to even it out because of Jiren's ki control, and the fact that he's also in his prime age now, too. He's over 18. So now he's in his prime, he can use his energy to the fullest. I would even him out to be around 300k, because it sounds easier. So he got basically 20k stronger because he's fully grown. Goku is absolutely ridiculous. As you know, he can basically contend and keep up with even First Form Frieza pretty well, as his power level is similar to that of Vegeta when he fought First Form Frieza for a little bit before Frieza transformed. So, for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, as you know beforehand though, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Chaozu, they would then climb to Korn's Tower to begin their training. Now, they do have more motivation because of how strong Goku actually was, and they also have a bit of motivation from Goku on how he trained. They noticed that Goku was always meditating and his spirit and ki was off the charts. Even Roshi would say something about it as well, stating that Goku did it the right way. It's not all about muscle and strength. So I think Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and even Chaozu would then take that into consideration, so they would add more meditating and learning to control their ki a little bit higher than before, which would increase their power slightly when they roll up for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. So now, the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku would still become engaged to Chi-Chi, as he would have still met her when they were younger. And Goku would absolutely annihilate Piccolo Jr. It's not even a competition, as you know. I think the one thing that would happen here is Tien would actually hold his own. Now, if Tien did step into the tournament and he actually fought Piccolo, or he can even have Krillin either, as Kami tried fighting Piccolo too, but we saw how that went. If Tien fought Piccolo Jr., how strong is Tien? I would argue that Tien is almost the same strength as Piccolo, which shows you that Tien has gotten a lot more powerful than his original self. This is because they decided to take Goku's how he trained into consideration from what Roshi said. They're utilizing more ki control than anything else. So their power is a little bit higher, they're a bit more refined, and he can control his energy better. since he's already at his physical peak, but he needs to control his energy better. So Piccolo would have a little bit more of a tough time, but Piccolo, I think, would still be able to edge by and defeat him, and when he fights Goku, Goku would just flick him off the ring and kill him. Or would he really? No. Because he's not going to kill Piccolo, because, of course, if Piccolo dies, Kami dies, means there's no Dragon Balls, but you get what I mean. And he would even save Piccolo, Kami would probably try to kill him, but Goku would stop him. Now that Piccolo was defeated, Piccolo then flew off on his own, as Piccolo now has motivation to become stronger to defeat Goku one day. Goku and Chi-Chi would then get married, and Gohan would still be born just like before. Now, people just want to ask, will Gohan's potential be higher because Goku's stronger? No, Gohan's potential will be the same. He's already OP as it is. There's no reason making his potential higher. That's just ridiculous by that point. Gohan can just train a couple times and become blue level by this point, so what's the point of him getting an even higher power level? Now, by this point, as we know, 5 years would then pass, as Goku would then take his son Gohan on Nimbus, because Gohan likes the cloud, and they would still fly to Master Roshi's place, and he would then show up Gohan in front of everybody, as Gohan was 4.5. Well, everybody was surprised to see Goku and Gohan. Oh, quick side note, Goku still has his tail. Kami never removed it, since Goku can fully control it. Yeah, Goku could turn Super Saiyan 4. Well, now cutting forward, of course, Raditz would still show up looking for his brother. Now, he knew that his brother was absurdly powerful, from what he remembers from what his power level readings were. He does sense a power level of 1,000 nearby, which is very impressive, as maybe he's almost as strong as he is. Well, because remember, Raditz thinks that people can't hide their power level. The Scouters are supposedly the top of the line. Now, Piccolo would secretly follow Raditz. Now, Piccolo originally was about 406. I think Piccolo here would be about 500, so he's a little bit stronger because of Goku, which is actually an impressive jump in terms of Dragon Ball scaling, or Dragon Ball Z. Now, of course, he would then stop and meet Goku. As we know, what would happen here is if he even tries to attack Krillin, I think Goku would stop him, and I think Goku would then tell Raditz to get off the planet. Well, Raditz would try to take Gohan, and he would try to knee Goku. Goku would then stop his knee and then deliver a powerful punch, shattering his armor right into his solar plexus, launching Raditz right through the water, hitting an island a couple hundred miles away. Raditz would then get up, badly wounded, in a crater on the island as water was leaking around him. Raditz would then crawl out, as that nearly killed him, in a single strike. Goku would then float above Raditz, and he would tell him that was a warning, and I'm going to give you one chance to get off of this planet and leave. And Raditz is a bit of a coward, so Raditz understands that he just can't beat Goku. There's no way. Goku was just far too powerful. Well, this is when I think that Raditz would then give up. Raditz would then fall to his knees and beg his brother to spare his life. And Raditz would explain that I just can't leave Earth. If I do, they will kill me. Remember, Raditz's scouter was still there the whole time, and Vegeta and Nappa are listening. Goku would then land and kneel and tell him, saying, "What do you mean?" Raditz would explain that there are two Saiyans even stronger than I am. I do everything. I'm begging you, please let me stay here and help me. These Saiyans, they're going to be on their way because I failed. I'm dead no matter what. In the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game that actually does show canon lore behind the scenes that we've never seen before, Vegeta and Nappa actually threaten Raditz, telling them that if he fails this mission, they will kill him. So if Nappa would have went back, you know what would have happened. Raditz would have been killed. Raditz begs Kakarot to please spare him. And Goku would think about it, and he says, "Okay, as long as you don't hurt nobody, we're fine." Raditz was surprised and states, "Just like that?" Goku says, "Yeah, just like that." Which Raditz was surprised, and Goku then, Raditz would then say, he was flabbergasted. There was none that he could say. Kakarot just forgave him like that? As that was a bit weird. Well, but afterward, Raditz would then apologize to everybody, which I know is out of character, but, what's he gonna do? If this spares his life, he will do it. Well, pretty much, by this point, Raditz, I think, would be on the latter end of not many people's favor. Piccolo would just forget about it and fly off for now. As Raditz would explain that the two Saiyans here are on their way. He would have turned off communications by this point. The two Saiyans are on their way, and they're tens of times more powerful than me. I need your help. Because if they're on this way here, maybe you could beat them, but I don't know. As Bulma's actually interested in Raditz's scouter, but Raditz says no chance. Well, Raditz would then tap on his scouter to see Goku's power level. Goku would then power up. and it would shoot past 20, 30,000, which would explode his scouter, and Raditz was shocked. This is incredible. Luckily, Raditz has spare scouters, as Bulma was able to sneak one away while Raditz was distracted fighting Goku. And she could even use his space pod technology as well, since Goku does have his space pod as well. Well, over the next couple of weeks, Raditz knows that they'll be here within a year. They need to get training. Well, over the next week, him and Raditz would just catch up. They would talk a lot. Raditz would explain a lot about who his father was, the Saiyan race, and everything. But now they need to get training. Well, there is the Room of Spirit and Time, Goku thinks. We could do that. Or maybe we go up to Kami, he could help you train. And once when they do arrive at Kami's lookout, Kami would tell Goku that there is actually a place that you both can go. And it's called King Kai's World. Him and Raditz should be able to go. And what about Gohan? Since remember, they never actually saw Gohan having his rage, which would boost him. But remember, Goku's ki control is so high, I think he could sense way better than anyone else. He knows that Gohan almost has like an ocean of untapped power. And I think he would actually tell Piccolo to train Gohan, which that was Piccolo's mindset anyway. If Goku told him, listen, my son could become more powerful than even I am. We need him to fight these Saiyans, and I'll trust you, Piccolo, to train him. Which is shocking, but Piccolo would then accept it. But he's not going to be nice to him if that's what Goku wants. He won't baby him. And he would then pick up Gohan right by the tail, which would knock him out, and he would then just fly off. As everyone else would then train on Kami's lookout, Goku and Raditz would then arrive in Otherworld, which King Yama was not very happy. Raditz also has a really bad track record. As Goku would then explain, well, he kind of has a change of heart, and if Vegeta and Nappa get here and they destroy Earth, that's over like 8 billion people dying. King Yama would then cold sweat and explain, no, it's fine, I could just pretend I didn't see you. King Kai's right this way, going ahead. As he doesn't want to do all the paperwork for 8 billion people. So, with Goku and Raditz then flying to King Kai, since remember they don't need to run, they would get there much faster. Goku could even grab Raditz and fly full speed. Remember, because his power level was like 300k, so he's absurdly fast. They would get there within a day, in my opinion, maybe even less. As by this point now, they would then arrive, they would pretty much have almost a full year to train. They would have around 11 months to train to get stronger. Now, King Kai knew who Raditz was. He doesn't really like him, but he senses Goku's power level, and he was shocked. Goku's power almost rivals that of Frieza's. This is incredible. Well, once when they continue their training, Goku was fine on 10 times gravity. He's used to it. If you remember, when we spent time, Raditz is, of course, a Saiyan, so he's fine with it. They would then begin their training. This is more or less training for Raditz than anybody else, as Goku's ki control is so good that he was able to master the Spirit Bomb and the Kaioken within 3 days. Kaioken was so easy to use for Goku that it doesn't really hurt his body too much, since his durability is so high, but also since his ki control is so perfect, he can pretty much master Kaioken, meaning that Goku can use times 20 Kaioken immediately, and he doesn't really have much of a strain. If he does go past that though, past that limit, it does start to damage his stamina and body, but times 20 is perfect power boost though, which is ridiculous. Now by this point though, Raditz would soon learn how to use Kaioken. I wouldn't say the Spirit Bomb because that's more or less meant for Goku, as King Kai would not trust Raditz. Raditz is not a pure-hearted being, as you know, so it wouldn't work, but the Kaioken can work. Now Raditz was able to use at least Kaioken times 2. If he pushes further than that, it could really damage him. Well, if you follow the same training route, such as Raditz did with Goku, Goku got around 18.8 times stronger. I'm going to say that Raditz does get a massive power buff, especially since Goku is there. I'm going to say that Raditz's power level would be around 30,000, which is way stronger than Vegeta, by the way. And also, too, Raditz knows that Vegeta's power level is around 16 to 18,000. He knows it. And he knows that Nappa's around 5,000, 6,000. So he's very cocky that they're going to beat them. And so they would then fly their way back after 11 months. And right around the time of the Saiyan arc, we would now have Vegeta and Nappa arrive. Now, this time around, though, no one actually dies, technically, because the Cybermen would not have to kill anybody because Goku and Raditz would have arrived on time. Now, Piccolo is a little stronger. His power level was around 3,500. I would say it's around 5,000, meaning that he can actually throw hands with Nappa. Now, one difference I will say about Piccolo, that you guys might be in for a shock, is Piccolo's even stronger than 5,000. Wait, Major Dragon, how's this possible? How is Piccolo that strong? Well, we will see in a moment, as when Raditz would then arrive at Goku, they would then see Piccolo one-shotting Nappa right through his chest, as he would glare right at Vegeta and tell him that he's next. Piccolo would then begin powering up, as Vegeta was in shock tapping his scouter. As they were all in shock seeing Piccolo's white aura surround him, Piccolo feels different. Goku can't explain it, but he feels complete. He feels whole. Piccolo swallowed his pride. And early, he fused with Kami. Early. Which is absolutely insane, meaning that Piccolo is now the new Guardian of Earth, technically. This happened right near the end of their training with Gohan. Gohan would really rub off on Piccolo in terms of his good nature, and Piccolo knew that even if he trained hard, that new Raditz guy, the Saiyan guy, even Goku, is so strong, Piccolo would be way too far behind. And Gohan would hear stories about Piccolo about how he defused from Kami. Now they're two separate people. Gohan would then tell Piccolo to go fuse with Kami to become stronger. Piccolo would of course ignore him, but then I think Kami knew. As Kami was old, he was tired. His time was coming up within the next couple decades. As now, Piccolo would then arrive and tell Kami that they need to be as strong as possible. As Kami would then explain, well, I still think that there is evil in your heart. Maybe my goodness will be able to clean that out and maybe use this power. Use it to defeat the Saiyans. So Piccolo would then agree, and Piccolo would do anything to become stronger. They would then fuse and become the Nameless Namekian again, aka just Piccolo. Now, we know that Piccolo was roughly near the strength of a Super Saiyan around that time during the Android arc, but then when he fused with Kami, he at least got 2 to 3 times stronger because he was able to fight Android 17 on par and be pretty much dead even. When Vegeta basically got easily mixed up by 18, it didn't even really phase her. Even if Piccolo got 2 times stronger, 2 to 3 times stronger, if his power level was around 5, I would say his power level is around 5 to 6,000, which is even stronger than Nappa originally. Even if it was 5,000 times 3, that would be around 15,000, meaning that Piccolo can actually throw hands with Vegeta very well, but I think he would get overpowered. Now, this is when I think that Raditz would then stop Piccolo and tell him that he's fighting Vegeta on his own. Back off. And I think Piccolo would then listen and he would then back up. Even the Earthlings are stronger, just for parallel reference here. Krillin's power level is around 3,000. Tien is around 3,000, 3,200. Gohan is around 1,500 to around 2,000. Chaozu is around 1,200. Yamcha is around 2,500. So they are around twice. They are like twice the strength that they originally were because they're training different and they have more motivation because of Goku. So they would have annihilated the Cybermen. And even if the Cybermen actually would have lashed onto Yamcha and even blew up, Yamcha would have actually survived it. Yamcha would have been pretty badly wounded, but he would have survived. He wouldn't have died. Now, of course, this is when Raditz would then battle Vegeta. Even though Vegeta would then power up to his full strength, as this is when we would have Raditz power up, as Vegeta's Scouter would then shoot past 24,000 plus, even 30,000, Vegeta's Scouter would then blow up. One person would have heard it, and it would have been Frieza. Frieza finds that interesting. A Saiyan having a battle power of 30,000. Wow. Now Frieza's not going to change what he's doing to go focus on that. Maybe he'll send a few of his higher men there. Oh, he'll just send the Ginyu Force to go investigate. So he'll send the Ginyu Force their way, so the Ginyu Force will arrive there within a few weeks' time. Now, Frieza's not on Namek like the original because they never talked about it. So Frieza doesn't know about the Dragon Balls. So he's not on Namek. So Namek is safe for now. Frieza's just doing his normal plundering, as he always does. Vegeta was shocked to see this, as Raditz would absolutely annihilate Vegeta in their fight. Within a few punches, Vegeta was already nearly defeated. Vegeta knows that he can't throw a fake moon, because Goku or Raditz would just turn into a great ape. He could fire a Gallic Gun, and he does just that. He would then fire a Gallic Gun, which is about 30,000 right at Raditz. Raditz would then charge up a Kamehameha that he learned from his brother, matching with Vegeta, and with a little bit more power, he would have overpowered it, hitting Vegeta, and it would have nearly killed him. Vegeta would then land, as he was really badly wounded, looking about as he did, and at the end of the fight, and he was crawling away towards a space pod. Raditz walked over and he was ready to kill him, but I think Goku would then stop it. Goku would then say, no, let him go. And he says that Vegeta technically hasn't killed anybody. Everyone deserves a second chance. Now, some people might say Major Dragon, that makes no sense, but it does. Vegeta never actually killed nobody. Nappa didn't even kill nobody. Well, kind of destroyed the whole city, but Vegeta technically didn't. It was actually Nappa. And as well, Vegeta just seems different. Plot armor induced, Vegeta does deserve a second chance. And Vegeta would tell him it was a mistake for sparing me, and then he would have flown off. Now, Vegeta would have probably head back towards one of Frieza's outposts, maybe Planet Frieza 50 to 52, and he would have probably healed up just like before. And he would have gotten a pretty decent Zenkai buff, of course, maybe even worse, maybe an even better one than he got, being around 25,000. And he knew that there's nothing he could do. He would also find out that the Ginyu Force is heading their way towards Earth. So I think Vegeta would then hop in a space pod and head right back towards Earth, as he wants to kind of warn Kakarot and the others, because he believes that if he can use Kakarot, he could beat Frieza. And if they can beat Frieza, then at least Vegeta can find some kind of peace. Then he can focus on getting stronger and beating Kakarot. And that is it for part 1, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. And thank you all so much for the support. If you guys have made it this far, by the time that you guys have made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you guys for making it this far. I also want to say thank you guys for the 3-year anniversary of my channel. I started on February 12th. I think it was around 2022. And it was the biggest decision of my life and the best decision of my life. I started this channel when I was working at KFC, making no money, being nearly homeless. All of my money went to my bills, and I couldn't even afford that much food. I literally could afford crackers, and that's it. And, well, I could afford cat food and cat litter. Other than that, I had to eat at KFC because I couldn't even afford food. My fridge and cabinets were empty. Literally empty. And I started YouTube, and I did it for a month, and then I quit because I got burnt out. But then one YouTuber helped me out, gave me some advice, and you guys begged me to come back. I broke 100 subscribers, and I am so damn glad that I listened to you guys. Oh my god, because ever since I did that, my whole life has changed. I have you guys in my life, and I feel like I'm not just a nobody. You know, I was not dating nobody. I was lonely, depressed. I even had thoughts of, you know, what's the point? Because it was that bad. And you guys have changed my life. Gave me the motivation to live and carry on. And it was a rough time for sure. As I was working a full-time job, I quit that one to find a job at a hotel business. And then I did that, plus YouTube. Working 18 to 20-hour days. Literally every day, 6-7 days a week. Nearly killing myself doing that physically and mentally. But I did it. Even when I was sick with the virus and I should have gone to the hospital, I stayed. And I made a video for you guys because without you guys, I would not be having the success that I have today and the blessings that I have under the good Lord. And it's all because of you guys. You guys have given me something that people dream about. Ever since I was a kid, I dreamed about being a YouTuber. And you guys have blessed me with that. And my words can only go so far. This is unscripted. This is just the real me talking to you. That I just want to say thank you for everything. You guys are the Dragon Force. We are a family. We are an army. This community that I have built alongside with you guys, I hope is a place where people like us that love Dragon Ball can come here and enjoy each other's time and feel peace and calmness here and feel safe here. That is what I strive for. And I wanted to thank you all for that, for giving me the motivation, for reading your comments, which I read them all the time, your support, you even watching the video all the way through, liking the video, which is one button, and just a nice little comment, any of that motivates me more than I think you guys ever imagined. And that gives me the strength to be, no matter how sick I am, no matter how tired I am, I will make a video for you guys, and I will give you guys everything I got. And I wanted to thank you all, truly. You guys are the Dragon Force. We are the Dragon Force. Thank you all so much for this 3-year anniversary. It had many ups and downs, but I would relive it all over again because it was worth it. Every second of it. It was the best 3 years of my entire life. And now, YouTube is now my full-time job, and it has been for over 7 months since July of last year. And I couldn't be more happy because now I can do my dream. And I can also enjoy life now and not be bound by 2 jobs. I'm now seeing somebody. And I'm more than blessed. Thank you guys so much for saving my life. And the least I can do is entertain you. I'm sorry for rambling on, but this is very special to me, and I want you guys to know how much you mean to me. You all are just more than fans to me. You guys are family. The Dragon Force is a family, and we have each other's backs, no matter what. And I am so excited to see you guys on the 4th year, the 5th year, the 10th year, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of 2025 will bring, and the future of Major Dragon. And I can't wait for you guys to see this journey with me. Thank you all so much for the support. I appreciate everything. Everything. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Peace.